One of the great blessings of our order is the simplicity and power of the practices that we do. When we sit in meditation, we simply turn our hearts towards the divine essence and then receive powerful spiritual bounties through a subtle process of transmission that is wordless and formless. Our hearts are directly educated and transformed, and we don't need to understand complicated information with our minds or perform harsh austerities with our bodies. From the beginning, we start in a profound way at the end of the spiritual journey, the divine essence. This reflects the key principle of our path. The end is included in the beginning. What is the divine essence? What does it mean to turn towards it? The word essence means the reality of something. The divine essence of Allah is unknowable by anyone other than Him. He is beyond any limits in human understanding. It is not possible to grasp His essence. Allah has said about Himself, "No vision can grasp Him, but His grasp is over all vision. He is above all comprehension, yet is acquainted with all things." The divine essence has no beginning or end and is beyond all existence. Allah has described Himself as vast and all-encompassing, but not in our conventional way of understanding. He says He is close, but it is not a closeness we can understand rationally. He says He is with us, but not in a way we can recognize with our minds. The divine essence is beyond our understanding and awareness, and whatever we can consider or imagine. We may, however, get a very basic understanding of His essence through His names and attributes. Sheikh Hazrat Hamid Hassan has explained the differences between Allah's essence, names, and attributes, using the example of a person whose name is Zahid. This name refers to His essence, or Him as a person. The name also has an attribute, which is Jud, the meaning of which is asceticism. The essence is therefore the individual whose name is Zahid, and Jud, or asceticism, is the attribute of that individual. The name and attribute are both one step removed from the actual reality of the individual, which is his essence. They're removed in the way that a shadow or reflection is one step removed. This is the nature of existence that unfolds from the divine essence. All of existence emanates from non-being through the being of Allah, the divine essence, in a hierarchical order, like gradations of light varying in intensity. According to Hazrat Shah Wali Allah, Rahmatullahi alayhi, the relationship between existence and being is like waves on the sea. Existence can also be understood as the self-disclosure of God. I was a hidden treasure, so I loved to be known. So I created the creatures that I may be known. This sacred narration, called a Hadith Qudsi, captures two processes: the descent, where God becomes manifest through love, and the ascent, the longing of human beings who are the result of that original love to return to their origin. Love is a motive for both the descent and ascent. The primary aspect of the divine essence is love. Love is a reality that is manifest everywhere. Without love, and the force of attraction emanating from it, existence would not be conceivable. However, the true meaning of love is infinitely hidden. Much like the divine essence, love cannot be defined or described. Love is a fire that, once kindled, burns everything except the beloved. The essence is the source of the divine grace that we call barakah. The essence of the first absolute light, God, gives constant illumination, and it brings all things into existence, giving life to them by its rays. Everything in the world is derived from the light of his essence, and all beauty and perfection are the gift of his bounty, and to attain fully to this illumination is salvation. The analogy of the mirror and the polishing of the mirror describes how this illumination takes place in our practices. When we say the intention for our meditation, the I of ourself turns its attention towards the heart. The heart is the spiritual reality of humankind because it contains 5 subtle centers of consciousness, lata'if, from the higher world of divine command, which is the source of creation. This makes the heart like a mirror that can reflect barakah, divine grace, directly into our being from the divine essence. Like sunlight being reflected into a dark room. However, living heedlessly in the world has made our hearts like mirrors that have become dirty and covered by rust. Sitting in meditation gradually cleans and polishes our hearts. When the heart is polished, it becomes more and more mirror-like, and eventually becomes able to reflect the divine attributes. My earth cannot contain me, neither my heavens, but the heart of my servant can contain me. The mirror reflects the image by means of the light, and the light cannot be separated from the sun. Here the light is divine grace, and the sun the divine essence. As the mirror of the heart is filled with light and illuminated, our lives gradually fill with the reality of love, and we become able to truly act beyond our own self-interest. Our Grand Sheikh Hazrat Azad Rasul said, "The hidden power of the self that Sufis seek to utilize is love. It is love that frees human beings from the bonds of narrow-mindedness, materialism and selfishness. It is love that finds expression in tolerance, sympathy, benevolence and self-sacrifice. Love motivates, inspires, challenges and satisfies." According to Sheikh Hamid Hassan, the process of becoming a responsible human being depends on the extent to which the quality of love, which often remains hidden within a human being's heart, is reawakened through spiritual practice. Awakening to the spiritual reality of love illuminates the heart, which is reflected into all aspects of a person's life. When we say the intention for our meditation, we travel towards the divine essence by way of the heart. This spiritual journey is possible because of the lata'if, the subtle centers of consciousness that are within us. Sheikh Hazrat Azad Rasul says, "The origins of the lata'if reflect the origins of the universe. The lata'if were luminous initially. When God connected them to the body, their light started to be filtered through the influences of the physical world. Through practices that involve concentrating on the lata'if, the Sufi aspirant becomes able to use them as a means to greater awareness of the divine presence. The lata'if are dynamic subtle fields that emanate from the divine essence, as well as being static subtle centers related to positions in the human body. Through working on the lata'if, Sufi aspirants develop a subtle body with which to travel in higher realms, where progress on the spiritual path is described in terms of travelling in a certain latifa. Due to the special method of our Naqshbandi Mujadidi order known as the end is included in the beginning, spiritual training begins by first transforming the 5 lata'if of the higher world of divine command that are found in the heart. Qalb, meaning heart, ruh, meaning spirit, sir, meaning secret, khafi, meaning hidden, and akhfa, meaning most hidden. Eventually, they merge with their original forms in higher, subtler realms through a process called the journey towards inner being. Then, the lata'if of the physical world of creation are enlightened. Nafs, meaning self or soul, and the 4 elements of the physical body. Dhat, meaning air, nar, meaning fire, Ma, meaning water, and Hak, meaning earth, through a process called the journey to the horizon, or outer wayfaring. After all 10 lata'if are sufficiently illuminated, the first stage of the spiritual journey is complete. The Sufi aspirant is formally initiated into the Naqshbandi Mujadidi order. They then proceed to the station of repentance. Once this station is complete, they undertake a detailed journey through the 4 circles of the subtle centres. Travelling in the circles involves taking each of the 5 lata'if of the heart on an ascension journey through the levels of existence towards the divine essence. Through this journey, each latifa becomes unified with the source of divine grace in the divine essence. After all 5 lata'if of the heart have completed this journey, the nafs latifa then undertakes a journey through all 4 circles and returns the student to the world of creation. Eventually, the heart becomes like a mirror. It allows the aspirant to understand and experience their own true nature as they reflect and uniquely manifest in their own way the divine name and attribute that sets the tone for their own life. This leads to a state of unflinching faith and certainty of truth, iman, and allows true submission to God, Islam. Not in the thunder's roar or the lightning's blinding light. Not in the megabass rumble or the peacock's bright shiny feathers. Not in the roars of adulation or the sadly wailing blues. Not in the depths of dark despair or the soaring of high ecstasy. But only in the silent, almost imperceptible, fluttering warmth of the heart. There, only there, is the most subtle, most gentle hint that the essence of existence, the ground of our being, is present, still, quiet, small, hidden, secret, but very real.